I knew it. I knew it today. I knew we were dropping points. Oh, don't be so negative, Dan. It won't be 1-1. We'll beat them. How optimistic was I that it might be 1-1? We lose the game. I thought Mikel got it all wrong. The lineup, I thought it was a poor first half. And to go 1-0 down in the way that we did was pretty pathetic, to be fair, because it was poor from individual playing as a team. And I don't want to hear that Arsenal got injuries. I don't want to hear that Arsenal ain't the same without Saliba and Gabriel. I don't want to hear that Arsenal, what they're supposed to do. We have plenty of quality in this squad. Stop making excuses. If anyone's on social media now, if anyone's ranting and raving about our squad and injuries again, and it's unfair, I'm sick and tired of listening to people moan about injuries. Nothing to do with injuries today. Yeah, nothing to do with injuries today. That was a very, very good game of football for the neutral. And it is a gutting ended. I'm frustrated today, if I'm honest, in the manner that we've lost the game because of how your last minute stuff. But let's be real, Aston Villa probably deserved it. And I've got to say, they're an exceptional football team. They're a very, very good side that are going to easily get qualification for the Champions League and are going to do some damage to a lot of teams, as they have been. As Manchester City and Arsenal, they've now already beaten this season, and they're not even at Christmas. This is a side that now go 3 points behind us and find themselves in a title race, if that's what you want to call it. I don't think Aston Villa have been given enough credit in the last few weeks, because when they went 4 games without scoring, everyone was laughing at them and thought Emery was going to be sacked. This is a manager that just knows how to keep digging in. This is a manager who's perfect for somebody like Aston Villa, and he will do well with them. There's no doubt he'll win them trophies, and I think he'll do very, very good in terms of consistency in Champions League. Big up to Morgan Rogers. Big up to Yuri Tielemans, who I thought was their man of the match. Exceptional today. Exceptional. But let's look at Arsenal. Let's just look at how we lined up, man. Let's just look at how we've lined up. What is the manager doing? He shoehorned Martin Odegaard in, who was one of the worst players on the pitch in the first half. Martin Keown gave him man of the match, by the way. Martin Keown gave him man of the match. I mean, if you don't know that Martin Keown's biased, tell me that you're biased without telling me you're biased. Picking Martin Odegaard as man of the match. I mean, he picked it up in the second half, but he was appalling in the first half. How can you get player of the match when you've been bad for 45 minutes? But he shoehorns him in because he's the captain. And then what we realise very quickly is he can't play with Mourinho up top. It was quite obvious to me that the attack was so poor because of the team selection that he went with. Now, Odegaard, Zubimendi and Rice is apparently our best 3. But Eze on the left, this is why I don't want him over there. It's Trossard or Martinelli for me. Or Saka and Madueke. And Saka on the left, by the way, and Madueke on the right. They're the options it should be. But we're playing Eze over there, and he had an absolute stinker. Absolute stinker. I love him. I love him. Technically gifted. Beautiful footballer. But he wasn't today. Everything he did was wrong. He's at fault for the goal. He's daydreaming. He's not quick enough. Matty Cash. It's not Cafu. Matty Cash. And all he's got to do is track back. But he can't, can he? Because his second's too slow. His head's up in the sky. He's not thinking. He's not looking at what's behind him and around him. Great finish. They go 1-0 up. And we find ourselves 1-0 down and under pressure at Villa Park, which is a very hard, tough place to go. I actually thought Nketiah was good today, and I thought Timber, albeit made a couple of errors, playing out of position in a position that I think he can do okay in, was actually fine as well. Ben White, not an issue. Calafiori struggled in the second half, good in the first. I don't think our midfield was at it today. I felt Tielemans, Boubacar Kamara, Anana, all of them had the better of Arsenal's midfield. I actually did. I don't think Rice and Zubimendi quite looked with it today. Odegaard picked it up in the second half for a Saka and Ben White looking probably the only threat down that right-hand side. Don't feel like we had anything on the left until we scored the goal from Trossard. But even after that, in the second half, when the goal went in, we didn't have much other than, I think, a half volley that he hit just wide. Gyökeres comes on, no different to Mourinho. Hardly touches the ball. When he does, he's getting pushed and muscled by Konza. Aston Villa probably deserved the win today, people. Watkins should have scored in the first half. Then another couple of chances. Marlon puts it wide. Tim nearly scores an own goal. They had better chances, more clear cut. Most of the chances we had just rolled to the goalkeeper because we've got players in this team that cannot put their foot through the ball, like Martin Odegaard. The only time he did, yeah, it probably was just going over or hitting the crossbar. Martinez just fingertips, but I think that's hitting the crossbar, if I'm honest. That's the only time that he hit it. All the others just roll or go wide or be picked up or collected by the keeper. Not good enough, man. And again, I ask this question, what is it about the mentality of this team? Let me ask this question. Whether or not you think the performance was great, naff, poor, pathetic, forget about that. Forget the result. Forget what's happened today. Going into this game, there was pressure because it's another big game away, and we cannot afford to let these teams that are slipping up around us come back. We've got to try and pull away. We can't pull away, can we? We can't pull away. We couldn't beat Sunderland when there was pressure because City played Man City that week, Liverpool that week. We couldn't beat Chelsea when we could have pulled to go nine clear of them all. We couldn't get into a position where we can beat Villa, so we can put pressure on the teams later on. Can't beat Man City at home. Can't beat Liverpool at Anfield to make a statement against the champions. Is there just an issue with us mentally? Like, is there still this mentality issue? Is there still this barrier or hurdle we can't overjump? We can't clear it. We keep fumbling. We keep clipping it with our legs and falling over. We keep getting dragged back into a bloody second, third, and fourth place battle. I don't want that. I want to be clear. Not happy. Sorry. I'm not happy when we lose. You know this. But in a manner that we lost the game in the last kick, and Capier's got to clear it. Let's be real. The game's won then. It's done. He scores in 94:04, I think it goes in. 4 minutes. So the game's done the minute he boots the ball. They scored the goal, replay, final whistle goes. Don't even get to see the final whistle because of the replay of the goal. It's literally killer. Gut-wrenching, frustrating, angry, and some individual performances that weren't good enough today, in my opinion. Eza being one, he came off. Obviously, Martin Odegaard picked it up in the second half, but I thought he was poor. And I didn't really see a performance from Calafiori in the second half that filled me with much, if I'm honest. And he's now out for the next game. So he's got a yellow card and suspended. And the amount of times I saw balls being overhit by Rice and Saka today. Normally their delivery's on point, but I didn't like it today. I don't think we look set piece again ole without Gabriel and Saliba. I don't think we do. And the reason that Morgan Rogers and Tielemans and Boubacar Kamara and Onana had so much space in our midfield is because Nkapie and Mosquera, or Nkapie and in this case Timber, they're not Saliba and Gabriel. So therefore, that is completely in their intelligence and their lack of experience, allowing there to be space in our midfield. And they're normally brilliant with it, Gabriel and Saliba, with that ball. I don't think we're quite the same playing out from the back. We're not going to be. You're not going to replace Gabriel and Saliba. But I don't want to be hearing that as an excuse as to why we didn't win this game, because we have got the best squad in the league, apparently. Some would say it's the best squad in Europe. Arsenal are supposed to be the best team in Europe and in England right now. So I think we need to, first of all, credit Aston Villa like we just have. And then second of all, I think we need to look at some of the individual performances today. Some of which were good, some of which I didn't like. I wanted Victor Gyökeres so bad, man, because I'm seeing someone in Portugal with goal. 100 goals in 2 seasons. Who doesn't want that in their team? Oh, but it's a Farmers League. All right, go and pick 5 players that have done it then. Go and pick 5 players that have scored 100 goals in the last 2 years in Portugal. You won't find one. So he clearly knows where the net is. But he don't in an Arsenal shirt. I don't know what he was doing today. I thought he was poor. Mikel Merino. Don't work with Odegaard there, that's for sure. I don't know what to say, really, other than there's a huge question mark over whether we've got what it takes to get this across the line. And we're starting to see the pressure is mounting in December. We're not even in February or March yet, let alone April or May, when it matters. And today was a fairly even game with chances by either side. But if I'm brutally honest and have to look at the team performance, I truly feel like Villa probably did have the better chances and should have won the game and did win it. And that could have easily been 1-1, and I could have been sort of telling everybody I told you we were going to drop points. I didn't think we were losing the game today, but we have done. And now Manchester City can catch us up. And now Villa are already 3 points behind us. So we can now go into the scenario of Manchester City being 2 points behind us if they beat Sunderland at home, and also go into the scenario of Villa being 3 points behind us, who we play again in a couple of weeks' time. I'm disappointed today. I'm not happy. And I know players are tired and all this crap, but let's just be real. We should be squad rotating. We should be rotating better. And everybody should still have a level of fitness to be able to get past and through these games. It wouldn't surprise me if we use some of those players to be rested for the next couple of games. Club Brugge and Wolves are next. I think we rest Rice. I think we rest Timber if we can. I think we rest Saka. I think we might rest some of the players like Mikel Merino, who's been playing quite a lot. Zubamendi might get a rest. Some of these players need to be rotated a bit better in the next coming days because we don't need to beat Club Brugge. This isn't a let's get everybody out there, let's beat them 4-5-0. We want to win to get momentum back, right? But let's just be realistic about it. I don't be needing to see Rice playing against Club Brugge. And I don't need to see Rice play and fight 90 minutes against Wolves, if I'm honest. Yeah. So let's actually start doing this now, Mikel. David Raya, moving a bit mad at times, but let's be real, made unbelievable saves today. Yeah. Ben White, very good down the right-hand side. Link-up play, kind of like of old, really, with Saka. Calafiori, good first half, poor second half. Nkapie, fair play. But you know what? Smash it up there, please, at the end. Then we don't concede. Rest of the game, thought he played pretty well. Timber, love him. One-on-one defending, great. Nearly scored an own goal and did get caught out once, but let's be real. He's going to use it at centre-back. In midfield, Declan Rice and Zubamendi, I thought they did okay, but I don't think they dominated the midfield. I think they got outdone by Tielemans, who I thought was player of the match. And then you've got Erdegaard, who I thought was absolutely disgraceful in the first half, and then picked it up again a bit more in the second. Obviously, on the left-hand side, Eza needed to come off because he was awful. Not sure Martinelli had much time to get into it, and Trossard did some nice things alongside scoring. Saka, I needed to see more today, if I'm honest. I thought he had a couple of really good shots, and I thought he was one of our better players in terms of threatening going forward. But if I'm honest, he's always that. And up top, I didn't think Merino or Gyökeres proved that Arsenal have gone from here to needing a striker to here. Now we've got one. I thought both of them today were looking like we might need to go back in the market and look at who can actually play up front for us. Because is it going to be Victor Gyökeres after I wanted him big time. I was crying for him. Go and get him. Look what he's doing. I always do that with form players. Some of them never go on to do that well, by the way. I always say go and buy players that are in form. Whether it was Husam Awar a few years ago, whether it was Vlahovic a few years ago, the reason I was interested in those players is because they were doing it for their club. Go and do it. They're on form. Now, sometimes it doesn't work out, but sometimes it does. And you look at the form of players that you think is going to be quality, Alexis Sanchez or somebody like that, who's doing it for club, doing it on form. Sometimes it don't work out. And I'm starting to worry about Victor Gyökeres, if I'm honest, because I'm not seeing enough from him in the games that chances he's been given. I thought he got bullied today by Konza. I thought he was better. Pau Torres, both of them. Ate him up, really. Need to bounce back now. Got to go and beat Club Brugge and Wolves and get some momentum back because 18 unbeaten, it was always going to come to a run. You know, I had someone that week here. I don't think Arsenal were losing another game. I don't see how we're going to lose another game. 2 days later, loss. Big up to Villa. They deserved it, in my opinion. Do me a favour. Hit the like button, please. Hit subscribe, please. And show some love to the channel. I'm out of here. We'll see you next time, people.